the mayor's appointment was going to kind of lead in that direction. It's disappointing. It's definitely disappointing to women. I don't think I don't want to say that I was not selected because I am a woman. That is not the case. However, to be able to be the first female police chief would have been amazing, would have been historic. And I wish that the city was able to have it with me and this police department as well.
In all likelihood, you're going to be called by some other cities and towns to be offered a chief job someday. Are you open to taking one of those?
Of course.
You want to be a chief?
Of course. I want to stay in law enforcement. My love is for law enforcement. I've been a police officer since I was 21. It's half my life. I care about the city. I want to be a police officer here. I want to be the chief here. But however, that is not how this has played out. And I have more to give. I have more plans. And if it ends up being at another police department, then I welcome that opportunity. Right now, my responsibility is still to the city. I have said that I will remain in this position until the mayor is able to appoint a permanent chief, until a national search is done. I'm committed to the city, so I will not do my job. I owe the men and women here that as well, to give them some stability, to be able to make that transition smooth, and I will do that over the next however many months it takes.
Chief, were you surprised at all by the Alder's voice vote on Monday night?
I was surprised and I was disappointed.
Chief, what do you see now to the men and women of the department going forward? Obviously, you won't be able to be here leading with them, but what's your message to them as they continue to do the job?
The men and women of the New Haven Police Department have supported me since I was a police officer. Many of the officers that are now, still police officers were my mentors, because there are still officers here who I, walked the streets with and kind of showed me the ropes, when I was a new officer. So everyone here has supported me 100% through every rank, through every promotion, through every accomplishment that we've had, and every setback and every tough decision. So I cannot say enough about the hard work that they do and how much it means to me to have that support. I do feel like it's something that is rare and it's something that is special, and I'm very grateful and thankful to have it. And I'm obviously here for them in any way possible, for everyone here. If anyone needs anything from me in the future, I will absolutely be there to give whatever they need.
What is your message to the young women who are officers, not only here in New Haven, but in other cities and towns who saw you as a role model and are disappointed by the news?
Continue doing the hard work that you do. Sometimes you have to work twice as hard. However, we are, at least in this police department, we are forward thinking, and there is no blocks for women in this police department. We promote, we make sure that we are giving everyone the same opportunities, but there will be a woman police chief in a big city in the state of Connecticut. So many of the women that are here are capable and are on the track to be able to attain that goal. And I cannot wait to stand there at their ceremony and support them.
We've talked before about some of the successes that you've had in the department under your leadership, some of the new organizations like the Detective Bureau to help homicide cases, starting child splatter. When you think back on the stuff that you've been able to do, how would you review the work that's been done here?
It's been fantastic work. I've been an assistant chief since 2019, and I had the ability to kind of put things in place in the patrol division. And then when I took over in March for Chief Reyes, yes, I was acting, yes, I was interim, whatever title you wanted to be. I was the temporary hold, but I never worked, nor is it in my nature to work as if I'm just treading water, because we need to move forward. We have crime that happens. We have officers who need to be supported. We have issues that come up. And we need to move forward as if I'm the permanent chief. And that's how I led this police department, and I wouldn't have done it any other way. We've tried to put programs into place. We've tried to move forward with technology, all of those things, because that's what you should be doing. And that's what I want the best for the police department in the city. And whatever I can do with, my role was what I was going to do.
You've been part of this department almost since community policing was introduced here. So you know what community policing is. Yet there's a faction of the city that says you're not in tune with community policing. How does that make you feel?
It's upsetting because, you know, everything, as a police officer, I learned from my lieutenant at the time, community policing, right? And I learned, and I was on a walking beat, and all of the traditional community policing components, I was a part of. And things have had to change just due to diminished capacity at the police department, but we still do community policing. I've been involved in every event, and then when I was an officer, and then as a district manager, I took all of those ideas and events, and we did backpack drives and Halloween and holiday giving trees where the community would sponsor a child, and I did it in all the districts. So that is what community policing is, and bringing in the officers to be able to dress up as Santa on Christmas and, go give out the gifts. So it's unfortunate because some of those things just aren't remembered, and it's upsetting because my whole career is about the balance between, crime prevention, but also the community policing aspect and the community aspect and the connections that we make and the relationships that we make. And I still have those relationships today. So I do know, and we do practice community policing here. We do need to reimagine what it is and get back to some of those core components, but we do community policing here. Those officers do it every single day. The district managers, all the way through the ranks.
You mentioned you're open to a chief job in another community. Have you received any calls at all today?
I have not.
Dennis has talked about the theme of women in policing and leadership, and I know you have 2 young girls. They're very young, so they probably can't grasp what you're going through yet, but do you almost feel at this point it's like, oh man, they looked up to me and now I've got to take another step to, kind of in their eyes, but they probably look at you anyway as just mommy, so.
They look at me starry-eyed, and I'm the best person, so it doesn't matter what role I hold. I have their, unwavering love. So they know I'm the chief. That's all they need to know, because I'm the chief. And they know that they can do anything. And adversity is only going to make me stronger. And adversity in life, children need to know that it is not always handed to you on a silver platter. And this is one of those moments, but I'm going to look back, and my family's going to look back, and there's going to be a why, because I believe in fate and I believe in everything happens for a reason. So what that means for the police department is something better, right? It's going to mean someone's going to come in and it's going to take everything that we've been doing and the hard work we've been doing and excel us to be even better.
Chief, what is this like for you? You've been working here for nearly 20 years. You came into the week thinking you had a different job opportunity actually on the table. What is it like to have your plans change so suddenly, have the future be uncertain now?
It's extremely upsetting. There's been a lot of emotions with this. I don't take this easily, because this is not how I envisioned the end of my career, the last few years of my career, especially coming, to this point. So it's extremely upsetting. I hoped that there would be a different outcome. This is the one that we are at. So it's now my job to just continue to move forward and to make sure that I am able to hand the police department over as well as I possibly can, because that's my responsibility to this police department. That's my responsibility to the citizens, and I don't take that lightly regardless of plans changed.
Is there anything you could have done differently that might have led to a different outcome by the alders?
Anything I could have done differently? No. I feel that I have prepared as best as I can and given, responded to questions and provided data, and I wish we could have worked to a point where we were able to come where the alders were able to support me and approve my appointment. But no, I think I've gotten here on merit. I've worked hard my entire career, and I have no regrets as to how it's done.
If you were a man, you think they would have rejected you?
I don't think it had to do with male or female.
What do you think it had to do with?
I don't know. I think there's politics. You know, I'm here to lead a police department, right? I'm here to protect the community. I'm here to be a law enforcement official. I'm not in it for the politics. So I think that that's a part of it.
Technically, there's still one more time that we could go before the board to be chief. Would that be something you would consider down the line if you remain with the police department?
No, I've removed my, I've withdrawn my desire to be reappointed, to go for that second time.
So the charter says that you could go twice.
Correct.
So you have no desire at all to be renominated again years down the line at all?
Oh, I don't know. That's as of right now, for this moment, I've taken out for that second time.
Could you talk a bit more about your remaining priorities during your time leading the department as the mayor and others search for a new permanent chief? You said you see your responsibility as handing over the department as well as you can to someone else. What does that look like? What do you want to prioritize in the remaining time?
So I had a command staff meeting today. We're going to meet again on Tuesday, and that's some of the things that I've asked my team to say. What do we want to prioritize? How do we want to make sure that we're able to finish projects that we have, make sure that we're moving forward projects that we're looking forward to doing, because we did have, you know, a lot of ideas for the police department, how it's going to be reimagined. We kind of restructured. So those are things that we will, in the next few weeks, make sure that we are, you know, buttoning up and completing what we can complete.
Do you have any sense of why the alders had so many concerns or questions? You presented a plan to diversify the Department of Police Commission in August, anti-violence plans during the summer because of violence this year. Do you have any sense of why that wasn't enough or considered as seriously as it might have been?
I don't. I wish we were able to have it be a different way, but I don't know.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you, guys.